Hello, everybody. This is the Breaking Bread podcast, and I'm your host, Myron. And we are going to talk Congo, everything that's going on in D.R.C. And we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. I'm Myron. I am the self-described man-child activist on TikTok. And we'll start with Bridget.
I am an environmental engineer. I am going into my fourth year of my PhD. I guess I've been working with Khadija to set up the fundraiser for Emmanuel's Peace, Africa, and Hope organization. And I'm also actually an intern with Friends of the Congo. So I've been working on that for a few months now.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I figured there was a lot of Congo has a lot of like environmental things that are very relevant. So I've been trying to kind of help with getting the stuff for infographics and stuff like that, because a lot of people they want the like facts to be able to give people and whatnot. So
yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Go ahead, Allie.
Oh, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a marketing student. I don't know. I like to talk online about stuff that's going on. So I'm trying to fundraise for a couple of families in Gaza right now, but I'm also trying to raise awareness for Congo, Sudan, and trying to learn about everything else going on in the world. And yeah, I don't know.
Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me. I'm Ryan, former Fun Day, current weirdo, deconstructing and opinionated, and doing my best to not only deconstruct my old beliefs, but also decolonize my brain.
And how are you, Emma?
Hello, my name is Emma. I am the group's token Oibra or British person. I'm a community project manager, and I'm also helping fundraise for families in Gaza. I'm here to learn more about the Congo. I know like a bit about it briefly, but I'm trying to learn more.
And now for Emmanuel.
Hello, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm from D.R.C. and the Honorary for Peace African Hope Organization on ground. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, I know you.
Our guest of honor.
Our guest of honor. Okay, Emmanuel, tell us a little bit about your story.
Yes, currently we've been doing a few weeks ago. There's a time we had this like for a week, but the 2 days that have passed, things have not been well. We've been running up and down, trying to find the best we can survive. Night attacks and looting going on, but we are trying. Just a few injuries happened from the shootings that happened even last night. So we stayed awake. I'm just from there. I went to gather site, and that space now is where I'm connected charging as I'm speaking to you. So that is what we are going through. But yeah, we are still trying to push like every day and hoping that when we open up in Uganda this week that I started this Sunday, we can be more free and more frequent to, delivering services to the people. Otherwise, the fighting is going on terribly. Abductions, arbitrary abductions now have started again. A lot of property destruction. Generally, it has even become worse than before the beginning of the first days. From the rate of 1 to 6, it's around 7 points. So we don't know really what is going to happen because now we don't have the UN, we don't have the government. We are just there at the mercy of the very people who are torturing us. But we hope to do the best. Yesterday, but one and the other week, I bought some shoes, bought some sanitary pads and medicine, some little clothes from the children all had the biggest place for the children. So we are trying our best to see the best way we can help the people. my friend gifted me this. I know how to use them. I'm sorry, this technology is
That's all
very
right.
new to me. So some things I don't
I
know.
struggle
I'm going
too.
off and on, but I'm back online.
Yeah, but we can hear you now.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So yeah, we are trying. Yeah, that is very nice. I'm just trying to adopt some things now. Thank you.
Yeah, they've been I'm not sure how much everyone's been following what's specifically been going on with Emmanuel's camp over the last few months, but basically, so his camp is along the border with Uganda. It's a little bit, if you follow Focus Congo, they're a little bit north of Goma, just a little bit farther along the border. But because they're along the border with Uganda, they go and hop over the border sometimes. Like he goes, that's how we actually pay him. It's like in Ugandan money. And like he goes to Uganda, get supplies. He brings some of the kids over there. But because they keep getting threatened in the D.R.C., they've been he's in the process of moving over people over to Uganda so that they're safer. But they are all from the D.R.C. But that's kind of they've been going back and forth because they keep getting threatened basically every time they try to like they've been growing stuff when they try to harvest, when they try to get supplies or anything.
I hear they're constantly being pushed to the center in the D.R.C. Like they're constantly being pushed back by M23.
So I think
Yeah,
for
where we are now, for us, we are generally under their rule. They are the ones ruling everything. They collect dairy tax, land tax, market tax, property tax, herbicide access tax, you know. So everything generally is exploitation and, making us feel uncomfortable. One, they want everyone to sell land to them and they leave, not even to the work, but only for $100 or 200 and something very big, like they force you to sell like 20 acres of land, one settler at one. So they generally they are just making us uncomfortable. Yeah, uncomfortable. Even the medicines we bought last week were taken by force. By force. Yesterday I bought more medicines and sanitary pads. This time they didn't, but then in the night there was a lot of shooting. The clinic we have was what is full of now. That people with bullet wounds, so much children, more surprising, but there are two mothers who need surgery. I talked to a doctor, I said, they try to convince these people, even bribe them with little money that I'm left with, to let them go and access medication in Uganda, they refuse. I tried even to approach the office of the executive of the office of the Prime Minister. They said the UN stopped their operation in the us. So now we are just there, there's nothing they can do. So there's a doctor I'm trying to see if we can find him tonight to help us out. Otherwise, things are not good. Things are getting more and more dangerous, more and more, I don't know, falling the other way. But we are trying to see the best way we can stay safe by not interfering with what they are doing that can put the whole camp on us and or in danger. It has happened before. Also, by paying their taxes because it's every week I pay $150 to them for people living in the camp to stay there. But then we are not accepted to harvest any food. We are not accepted to, so the only food that I will supply to these people is the food that we buy from Uganda and we enter with it. That's what they have no problem. But the one we planted, grown here, we don't. So we opted to hire land in Uganda. We planted irishes and some wheat. And next week, this very week that I started today, we are harvesting. So we have some food. We will and sell some,
That's great.
buy and then keep some. But for the wheat, we are keeping it for porridge.
Mhm.
To get supplement the white porridge and the soya porridge that we give to the children and pregnant mothers. Then it can be also used to make ugali kosho bread to eat with.
Mm.
So it is okay. Yeah. So now we are looking at buying more protein of beans and cowpeas and nuts. Well,
Nice.
yeah, that is how the plan is. Good news is I've finished paying the school fees of all students.
That's great.
Then, yeah, so and the director of the schools accepted the students can stay there during the holidays. They can be helping with cleaning the compound and also stay in school, keep it active. Yeah, I just have to provide them with the food and consistency. So that's just simple things as they wait for others to come in to start the school again. And yeah, because if we bring them this side, it is dangerous and costly. Again, taking them back to the same schools it is also dangerous and costly along the way. So we decided they stay there. So until we see the best way we can, so we buy land and construct simple houses where they can live in Uganda. We are already in the process. I talked this land we were selling. We bought it at 200,000 towards an organizational land.
Mhm.
200,000 US dollars, but we sold it at 120 just to find the best way we can get these people from here, mostly the vulnerable ones, the juveniles, the children, and pregnant women, so that us who can still run up and down, it's okay, we can stay here to see if anything happens. But as for those ones who are in here and that need and that the because their lives are severe and that's mostly the women, young girls, yeah, so that they can be moved to the other side of Uganda. So we have already started talking to the person who can give us the land. So we want to buy and construct something small, dormitories where they can start staying as we wait for the betterment of whatever comes out. If they takes over the area, we will adhere with the whatever they say as long as they accept us to be there. There's nothing we can do about that. And if the government, if it takes over, we will still come back and do what and leave. As we have no problem, whoever uh, takes the control and power. Our aim is about the people being safe and living a happy life before. That is that is what we are fighting for now. Otherwise, that is the current situation we are in. Yeah, thank you for hosting me, please.
I would say I just want to add in real quick because I think that he mostly addressed the question, but I don't know if Myron's specific. If you're wondering if they're going into the center, so if you guys don't know the geography of Congo, uh, if they go farther center, they're gonna hit the rainforest, really quickly. So it's either go to Uganda or like cross the border or try and like find a place to go, or you just go to the rainforest. There's not like a ton of options, unfortunately. So when you were saying like if they go towards the center, if people are going towards the center, like they're kind of just it's kind of a toss up of like what they're gonna get because while the capital is on the other side, it's on the other side of the rainforest. There's just like an entire rainforest between there, and
Yeah.
it's huge.
Generally, us where we are surrounded by the forest, the volcano forest. So from Sabino to Nyamuragira, it is only a forest. So
Yeah.
us being a remote area, we are cut off from Goma, we are cut off from, generally, we are cut off from the rest of the D.R.C.
Yeah, so
we
the
can't
only
really
option is Uganda.
there. The only option is Uganda and also submit. I just don't know. Either way, nothing is good, but that is what we are doing. The other way is is going to refugee camps in Uganda, but the refugee camps there are not good. At the same time, now the qualification to go there, you have to pay. You have to pay, and the payment is said in your land to settlers. So they give you a pass so that the UN can help you or the OPM can accept you in Uganda. So that is what they are generally doing. So now those ones who don't want to sell their land, that is generally the reason why there is a lot of unaliving, of killing, a lot of shooting, and so on.
And you have a lot of people from all over the area nearby, like people who got kicked off their land ended up coming to you, right?
Yes. Most of the people in my, this community where we live, everyone, we know each other, all of us. It is generally a small community. We were not even about, we were about only 1 million people, and we knew ourselves from Rutshuru to here to Bunagana here. We knew ourselves.
How many people are in your community?
Currently, I'm having, we have become 3,300. Currently, we are 3,300 here at the camp, at the compound where we stay. 3,300. But the whole community area, we are only 1 million, of which 28,000, that one have witnessed, they've been killed. The ones I've managed, but then there are those ones I don't know. There are those ones buried in mass graves by the M23. There are those who are burnt down to ashes. There are those who are, there are some who have been taken. The children, they are harvesting their organs in Rwanda. That is another thing that is happening there. So the whole population that was 1 million, now we see 28 already confirmed. That from my side. Now, when you go to the general ones, they are even beyond 100 and 200,000 people have been killed. But in our community, the closest ones, it is 28,000. Not including the ones burnt down, not including the ones they have killed themselves in the forest. These ones are found in their homes, including my neighbors, my family. Yeah. So that is the solution is, and we're hoping for the best. Maybe we don't know. Our salvation will come. Yeah.
I was gonna say the estimates that they put out on the news and everything, I don't think any of them are accurate. From just from talking to Emmanuel and hearing about what's going on in Goma and everything, like none of them are accurate. They're all like wildly off and like low. They're all extremely low. Given like people are still quoting a number of like 6 million from like a very long time ago. And unfortunately, I do think that number is not higher because that's like over a period of like 20 years or something.
Yeah, this one, the number I'm talking about that has just happened in the last 3 years. 3 years since they took me till today. But even those ones have not put the ones of maybe at the beginning of this year. Have not. Yes, because this year alone, generally what they are doing is irrespective of children, women. If I could share some photos, my pages will be torn down of what they do, will be put down. So generally they target children and women. Children and women. Children and women. That is their target. Yeah.
The worst is that they will even track them down. Emmanuel sent me some photos from when like there was a group that had escaped and they went and they tracked them down to a clinic and they unalived them there as well. It was horrific.
They are set them on fire.
Can you tell us a little bit about the M23? Can you tell us a little about M23?
It is a terrorist group. M23 is a terrorist group generally that comprises of two armies from Uganda and Rwanda, but dominantly Rwanda. Yeah. Uganda provides their security here at the border and some kilometers inside like 30 kilometers inside the D.R.C. Then deep inside the Rwandan military takes over. So right here where we are tortured by M23, the Ugandan military, and the Rwandan military. So we are just living in the reign of terror. The M23 is more of the Tutsi movement trying to settle themselves in D.R.C. So, however, they are initially not from here. But I don't know what they are promised for. What happens? They come to your house. They say, "I like this house. You move out." When you refuse, they analyze you. They go into your house. Those ones who fear flee away, they come. Like we also freed our own houses that they were interested in. We left them. So what they do generally, they bring settlers from Rwanda, settle on the land of D.R.C, then send away the natives. But this comes in after the European Rwanda mineral agreement, whereby they have to create an atmosphere whereby Rwanda has to carry minerals from D.R.C to Rwanda to Kenya, then to USA and Europe. So this was the Kagame agreement with the European Union and some countries that benefit directly. So that's why they are creating all this chaos to disorganize us, displace us. They bring their own people. Then they can make they create a smooth way of looting the minerals from under the ground and taking them. Us, we didn't have no problem with that. They can do that because even the government itself is doing that. But the essence of killing people, destroying property, and denying people rights to exist, food and medication is what is alarming. Really, Congo has enough minerals. Even if they say they are going to extract them for the next 100 years, they will never. Because even where we are now, you just dig down like 50 meters, you're already on minerals. In the rivers, they are flowing. So I don't see why they have to analyze people in order to create that environment. And these people have never lived here at all. At one time, they're just coming saying, "We want this place, we want to live here." They want to take over the place, they want to develop it, the natives should leave. That is generally what is going on. Otherwise, if the M23 was having the war with the D.R.C, why doesn't it go to Goma? Yes, that is the state of administration in North Kivu. Why doesn't it go to Goma? If it so wants to take over the government, why doesn't it go to Kinshasa? Yes, where they can even negotiate much better. But they are here on people who didn't go to school. I'm from really a village, a big village. People who didn't go to school, people who can't write their names, they are the ones who they are mastering every day. That is what is alarming. So it is an ethnic cleansing that is going on of one particular tribe to settle there another particular tribe. Because even now, whenever we grow crops like maize, Irishes, they bring their cows. They put them on the farms to eat our crops. Those ones that have managed to reach harvesting time, you are not accepted to harvest them. You see. So that is what we are going through. Otherwise, M23 is a composition of two armies, the Ugandan military and the Rwandan military, but predominantly the Rwandan military. The Kenyans are just joining, and they are joining something they don't know to fit in the East African community way of the administration under President Museveni and Kagame.
Yeah.
But Generally, under Uhuru, it was not there. It just started now with the Ruto. So that is what is happening. Otherwise, it is we don't recognize them, we don't respect them, we don't know them, but there's nothing we can do. They are the ones with the arms, they are the ones with the forces, and then they go around and spread propaganda that we are mistreating them, persecuting them, killing them. How? How can you go persecute a person who has a gun? How can you say, even if you see the broadcasting services, they are all in Rwanda covering here. There is nothing covered in D.R.C about this area. It is only Rwanda covering here. Why? And then they turn around and say, no, we are not the ones. There is what? Really? But anyway, Kagame is protected by the European Union and the Americans generally. So there is nothing they can do and we can do, and we can't bring him to account. That is the situation now. So we are just there like chicken of a drunkard. When he forgets to come home, the neighbor takes. When he comes home and he has eaten a debt somewhere, we are still put there as mortgage. So generally, we are just used as human shields, collect mortgage, to settle their disputes that we don't know about. So that is the situation we are in.
Are the groups, sorry, are these groups made up of current military members or like ex-military members, or are they current?
You mean like, are they official?
Yes.
They are current military members. They even recognized, some even are colonels, generals, majors in those countries.
Wow.
That is
Yeah,
what
and
is
they
happening.
still try to deny their involvement officially.
But they are, but it's official and like current serving military members that are the part of this group. Wow, that's absolutely ludicrous.
I think, Bridget, I've shared with you pictures evidencing their uniforms here. Yes, they are here. They are very many. There are very many. Why? What they do? They get like 2,000 bloggers on YouTube. They get like 1,000 people to monitor TikTok now. They get another one on Twitter, like that on Twitter and so on. So once you mention the truth like this, like I'm saying now, they silence you immediately, and majority wins in this world. Now they become very many that you cannot out argue them. As one person, you cannot out compete over 1,000 people. The world takes the majorities. They say that it is the truth, yet it is not. And they are all surprising. All are from one country. None from this country. No, none of them. Now I ask myself, how are you going to listen to someone who is out of this country and not listen to someone who is actually evidencing what is going on? All my posts have been put down and I've been warned even on TikTok not to post anything like that again. Now that is what they are doing. Anything, they are censoring anything. When you put any comment and there is a name M23, there is Kagame, there is Rwanda, there is D.R.C. In the same conversation, it is put down.
Yeah, we see the same thing with.
It's why it's so important for people to speak out about what's happening, because of like this really insidious like propaganda machine that they seem to be like churning out as well.
It reminds me a lot of Israel of what they do with the Zionists, because they do the same thing where they'll pay people to be online.
Yeah.
Yes, of course that's what they do. They pay people to be online to do even they pay people to how do they say this issue of kidnapping themselves. They play people to stage plays that they are being persecuted. They film them when we are seeing and upload them.
Oh my gosh, that's awful! Just right in front of you.
These people have guts. They even act the things when you are seeing like this, and they upload it. And That is what is happening. So they kill the reality and replace it with their reality, the false reality. That is what they do. And every day they make sure they stage something, and all the 5,000 media handlers speak the same language. So now when you come up as me, one person, or you, Bridget, or Myron, or any Emma, or they cannot listen to, the world cannot listen to you because you are one. So how come they will ask how the 5,000 people are all wrong? You see, so that is how the truth and propaganda is spread, and the truth is mired down to nothing. That is the challenge we are facing.
I had no idea how sophisticated it was. Because, like, I mean,
Yeah,
that makes sense why we haven't been seeing anything about it.
Yeah, sometimes even we can be talking, and these people are so funny. They cut off my network. I don't know how they do it. It is
They
cut
cut you
off
what?
where I am.
Yeah, I had no idea how insidious and like
lives on TikTok where I'm cut off. Generally, I'm cut off. There is a time even I was talking with Hadija on a live, and I was cut off again. So generally, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that either. Like no idea. And I think, yeah, again, like you say, it makes sense as to why we've not seen anything like that or the truth come out until like recently. And I think that's because obviously more and more people are talking about it, which is why it's so important to talk about these things.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me seeing the overlap between them, because it means that the one good thing about them using the same strategy as Israel is that we can use the same strategy that Palestinians and supporters have used, and as far as trying to get this across, because we have practice from talking about that in a way that gets around the censors and how to overwhelm them. And I think that if we tell people that the Rwandan and Ugandan governments are trying to do the same thing, to a certain extent, people, I think, will be much more sympathetic to it if they realize the extent to which there is like government suppression. To a certain, we'll see. I mean, they still are. A lot of people are not talking about Congo still, which is difficult. I think a lot of people have they don't feel like it's urgent enough. So I think we need to show them how urgent the situation is. And that, like, I mean, as you say, it's getting worse by the day.
Yeah, the situation is really out of hand, but we don't know what will happen, because now we've seen, I think Tshisekedi is in the bed with Kagame, and they are using them for the 3 years. And they sell point one, D.R.C government gets money from the UN and other organizations, IMF, EF, something like that, and World Bank for refugees and displaced people. Yes, the same thing is given to Uganda for hosting the same refugees. Yes? Yeah, because every refugee is paid for, and there are almost 3 million refugees from D.R.C. So now you can imagine the money that goes there. Now, this war comes in, D.R.C benefits, the government benefits, Uganda benefits, and Rwanda benefits through mineral routing. So it is 3 ways. One brings the hope, the other one hosts the refugees, the other one is given a vote of what? Sympathy. That is how it is now. So they are just using us as the product, the byproduct in this whole thing. They are using our communities to benefit the 3 of them. Now I've seen even Ruto was trying to join. I don't know what will happen when he joins, because Tanzania is not part of them, and the rest of the world says what they're doing is wrong. And of recent, Paul Kagame was saying that these people were brought over by the colonialists. No. They came during 1994. So when they came during 1994 genocide, the genocide ended. They went back because they were refugees here. They went back. Now after going back, the ones who remained are the ones who came, are the ones who were refugees the other side, who were in the government then of Habyarimana. They came to this side. Now, at first he was saying he's looking for the FDLR. That's why he's bringing Rwandan military to D.R.C. They looked for FDLR for the past 20 years. Nothing happened. So when they saw that idea has failed, because Uganda and Rwanda would be fighting for minerals and the timber, then they told them to get out of the country. Now they started creating these groups, the M23s and so on. Now they say, no, Congolese people are mistreating Rwandans in the D.R.C. Now we said, we don't have Rwandans in D.R.C. We have Zairwas and Congolese. I'm a Zairwa because my ancestors are all from here. And if you are Congolese, either you are born from Congo or you migrated to Congo or you came as a refugee to live in Congo. No one is going to touch you. Now, why is it that only we have very many people here? Why is it that the Rwandans are the ones saying that they are being mistreated? And by the way, if you see the same people in Burundi, the same people were sent out of Tanzania, the same people are a problem in Uganda, the same people in Kenya, the same people in South Sudan. Now, even now we're in Central African Republic, where they are going to do a peace mission that Kagame had requested for Rwanda also to participate, be recognized. They have also become a problem there. Now, is it because we all people hate one tribe, or specifically that tribe has a problem? And by the way, it is not all the tribe. We have families here. We've intermarried with them. We have done everything. Now, my wife was killed and my children. The wife was Tutsi. My wife was Tutsi. But why they killed her? They said she betrayed them for marrying a frog. So they called me a Hutu, a frog. So that is what happened. So they she betrayed them and she was killed. And my two children. So that is the situation we are living in. However, you will never hear them mention of that or say anything about that. Instead, they will just promote their propaganda. Anyway, we well know that when the war is there, who has the victory, not the victim.
Yeah.
So our story will be heard, or when it can be aired. Even we thought that the VOA African Focus was going to help us. They never helped. BBC, we thought BBC would help air this. They never aired it. Al Jazeera, the same thing. So we just gave up.
Oh,
And it's not me only. Now, at least me, I can speak. Now, imagine how many people go through the same thing. Because this community, all of us, we had intermarried. So imagine how many families lost their people just because they're calling them traitors. And their women, these women refuse to marry them because of their bad behavior.
yeah, that makes sense. And then they get punished anyway. It's horrible.
So they get punished like that, and we fall victim as well. So that is something they hide from the media and so on. So that is the current situation that we are in. Thank you.
Would you say the United Nations, just going back to what you were saying about them just now, would you say that they're like an oppressive force towards the people of the Congo?
This thing is itching now. It's okay.
Sorry, it might be.
It's okay. About the UN.
Yes. So would you say that they're like an oppressive force, or like not helpful towards the people of Congo?
The UN is the worst organization that has ever happened to us. the worst of human history that has ever happened to us. One, if these laws are not there in the D.R.C, they don't have a job here. That is one thing we should know. Otherwise, what would they be doing? Which peacekeeping would be there? There isn't. So they have to make sure these wars go on so that they can stay. Two, not only one, but looting that is happening, the UN is doing is beyond what Rwanda and Uganda are doing. For UN, we gave up. We sent it away, we made strikes, we did what? Nothing happened. Currently, surprising, they are the ones transporting arms. They are the ones transporting arms. They are the ones transporting food. They are the ones doing everything that is shady. So currently, generally, the UN has not done anything to help us. It has not at any point done anything to help us.
And it helps and the people who are oppressing you, and it helps them cover it up.
Yes, of course. Now, if I shared the picture with you when they came dressed in UN vehicles, dressed in UN uniforms, we thought they were coming to help us. We were happy. I was also there. I went there. They beat us. My God. They beat us up to the extent that I sustained even wounds. If you see what they did to do to us that day.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the reason that I asked about the UN is because I watched a lot of their and I live stream a lot of their UN meetings, and I think we have probably a very similar view on the UN. Like, I don't think that they're a very good organization either. I sort of look at them and I think, like, you know, what are you there for? I mean, your purpose is to keep the peace, but you're not really doing a very good job of that. And I remember somebody saying that to say that the UN is bad benefits the oppressor, but I would argue that the UN are the oppressors, or are the ones that are benefiting the oppressor themselves, and that to say obviously that they're good and it benefits the oppressor, to say that they're not is false, and is a very sort of Western like liberal view, I suppose.
They're an extension, an arm of that entity. They exact their justice. And if you ask me, they're just a band-aid, and not even a good band-aid to the solution, because the band-aid comes with disease. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say that oftentimes the UN is almost there to legitimize things, like to try to pretend like to make it look legitimate, but ultimately, especially when people aren't looking at them, or rather when the West isn't looking at them, they're just going to steal everything. It kind of seems like, at least in the Congo, but also other parts of Africa, they keep trying to kick out the UN, because the UN is basically just colonizing a lot, or helping people colonize, or helping people oppress. Whereas, like, I think because we don't see what they're doing, it's just people on the ground, like Emmanuel, who are reporting, but people don't want to listen to them because they're like, oh, they're probably just propaganda. But he's showing us what's on the ground.
I'm telling you, what they are doing is, I just don't know. You see, I even approached the UN offices. I think it's a thing I talked to about it. I told them, no, we don't care what you are doing. Our organization is a community-based one. It is helping people access hands-on skills, and we are promoting agriculture. We are not into politics. Us, we are peaceful campaigners. We campaign for peace and unity, gender equality for the people. They asked me one thing. Are you okay with bringing people from Rwanda to join it, to run the organization? I was like, this is a community-based organization. Then they said you don't qualify. Now because that you have phobia against those people. I said I don't have phobia against those people. But this is the community-based. It is for the people who are on the ground here. It is for the people who are victims of those people. There is no way you can tell me a hyena has eaten my goat. At the same time, I take it to the veterinary who is a hyena to treat the goat. It does not make sense. That is how we fell apart with the UN support to our organization. The same with USAID, the same with UK, the same with the War Child, the same with Save the Children. There's nothing they do here.
Yeah.
Even this so-called, what is the other thing I was telling you about? The clean energy, green energy, clean energy. The same thing. They said they gave us grants. They went and gave them to people in Rwanda to come and do activities here. They never came. They went took the solar project to the other side. They came. They gave them money to buy stoves. They went. They put them the other side in Rwanda. They never. It was never given to us. Yet we are the affected people.
Mm.
So all these propagandas you see, the grants, the so on, they just put them there for formality to shade our face like this and accept. After accepting, they do contrary. Unless, like, a person deals with them directly, then it deals with us. But if they say it's us dealing with them, nothing, no help, no assistance, nothing comes. So that is the situation where we are.
Yeah, I think I see a lot of organizations trying to advertise that they're helping in the Congo, but from what I've heard on the ground, like none of them are active. So I don't like there are a lot of places that are trying to, like a lot of organizations that are seemingly trying to bank on the fact that people care. But if they're doing anything on the ground with that money, it's nowhere where they actually need it. Or if it is, it's very minimal because they'll claim that they're on the ground and there's no proof.
The organizations that are working in Goma, those ones are working because they are in a camp, they come see them, so on. But now us who are you know someone, let's join together so that we can be safe as many like that. No one even, apart from like the team that is here, the rest of the people, nothing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did anyone share with
there's like
Hadija the link?
Mhm.
Did you share with Hadija this link so that she can join as well?
Yeah, she's in the group chat. I don't know if she saw that we were planning on doing it today. But at some point we should include her in one of these. I think we should definitely try and coordinate something with more of the people in the Setting Roots thing for Congo and try and get more people to be involved, especially because Khadija has so Khadija is Kenyan, but she's been working with Friends of the Congo for a very long time. She's very, very well educated on this like entire subject. So at some point we definitely should get her thoughts on all this because she is very, very good at like explaining all of this. She's actually the first person. She's how I met Emmanuel. She connected me with him. She's like how I got educated with like all the documentaries. There's a ton of amazing documentaries on YouTube that people should definitely check out if you're looking to understand the history better, and like the context of stuff. It's like they're so helpful and they're really short. I have ADHD, so I'm not good at paying attention for long periods of time. So they're very helpful, but they give a really good background on all of what Emmanuel has been saying, so you can put all of the pieces together. It starts once you start putting the pieces together, it becomes clear a lot of the patterns of these genocides, of the propaganda they use and all of it. It's like it's exactly the same, and it's by the same perpetrators. Like it's the West ultimately that's playing like Rwanda and Uganda and Kenya. They are all backed by the UN, the West, because the UN are giving them weapons and basically giving them legitimacy in the eyes of the rest of the world.
If you see the arms they use are from Rwanda and Uganda, the tanks. Can you imagine? What I'm asking myself is, the world has, they spy on everything going on. So I asked myself how the world manages to spy on where minerals are, but they cannot spy on how these heavy guns enter into D.R.C. I just don't know how.
It doesn't make any sense. They do that all the time. Conveniently, they don't know they can't
The
release
other,
the
yeah,
satellite footage.
the other thing is the UN is always present when they are bringing these arms. Why is it that they don't support them? Because they came from Uganda, they entered when I was seeing with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I
17
don't mean to
tanks,
interrupt.
military tanks.
15 minutes left to record, and
Oh, okay.
this has been a fascinating episode. I really want to do another one of these. Emmanuel, you've been so fascinating this whole episode. Like, just
Yeah, thank you so much for all of you've I think given a lot of context for everyone on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been very, very, very insightful, particularly the stuff about the UN. Like, it was stuff that I kind of suspected anyway, like that they were up to some dirty tricks. But to hear it from somebody who's seen it with their own eyes,
Right.
yeah, is it's just confirmation. Like, yeah, I think they're very much an agent of the West. They're there to benefit the West only. I don't like them, but yeah, no, this is super, super insightful, and I totally love to do another episode. Like, I'd love to do another episode and learn more about the Congo and what's going on.
Yeah, we should definitely try and get Hadija on that one, I think, because she is such a great resource. She is really good at breaking. She also has been working with Friends of the Congo, which is another amazing organization that I intern with that does a lot of educational stuff. They put out a lot of the infographics on like what is the history of the Congo and things like. They have an Instagram with a lot of like really helpful stuff. But so she has a lot of these like kind of facts and timelines and stuff just like in her head that I wish I could pull out.
definitely.
So I think she would be great for the next one.
Yeah, she really tries her best to give the information. Yeah, and I'm really grateful. By the work you're doing, what you've done so far, is better than what the UN has done in the last 30 years. It's better than what the government has done in the last 30
Oh my
years.
god,
That's
that's
embarrassing.
so
I'm
depressing.
telling you how no one knew about us. No one knew
Yeah.
whatever was going on. All this was being done hidden. You see,
Yeah.
but now the world, I see strikes are going on. Some strikes go on in London, embassies in the USA, and so on. Yeah, this means at least. Well, I can't promise tomorrow because I don't know whether. But like I told you, we live like the chicken of a drunkard. Anything can happen any minute. But when we are still alive, I will be giving you the information on what is going on. And thank you for the support. Really, thank you so much. The kids have new shoes, new clothes. Women have sanitary pads. Yeah, so we are pushing slowly, 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 slowly. Yeah, malaria was a problem, but we managed to get mosquito nets.
That's
We
great.
managed to get mosquito nets. Yeah, there is a person from Uganda who donated 10,000 mosquito nets to
Wow,
us.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, she's a
And I want
woman.
to bring
She
up.
donated 10,000
I want to bring up.
mosquito nets.
Sorry, Emmanuel. I want to bring up
It's
your
okay.
campaign. Your camp. Can we put it there afterwards, Ali?
Oh yeah,
Like,
Christian can go back and edit and put up like I'll probably have him put up a map of the Congo too. When Bridget was talking about the geography and stuff earlier, we can definitely put the geography.
That's what I was doing. I was like pulling it up so I could see where you guys were talking about exactly.
So I'll share Emmanuel's GoFundMe. We'll put it up on the screen, and then you could find it in on Emmanuel's TikTok, and the link is in his bio.
Donate.
Yeah.
Donate.
Sorry, I'm just sending subliminal messages. Donate. Donate.
And hopefully I'm really hoping that we can make this initial goal and then expand it, because our goal is actually only 5 grand. And it was just not very high. But it's largely because we're just sending this through, like, so GoFundMe sends me the money. Right now I'm sending it to Hadija to send it to Emmanuel because of a problem with for some reason, like, the banking system wouldn't let me send it. I think because I kept trying to send too much at once. But
Tell me
it's
how
like
that's not all part of the plan. It's so difficult to get money to people. Like, it's all a freaking ruse.
They won't tell me why either. I called them. They're like, we can't tell you why we shut down your account, but we did. So you can't send money anymore. I'm like, okay, we'll have to find something else. Oh, well, Emmanuel, he's been receiving through Hadija, but it's been absolutely a mess trying to send money through there. But hopefully, we are still able to send him money. We sent him a good amount so far. As he said, he's been able to buy, like, medicine, supplies. Unfortunately, some of this stuff gets stolen, so it is what it is. But
I look at it like as a continuous campaign, right? Continuous GFM.
Right.
Yeah.
One I was using went off, so I put another one.
Oh, nice.
Just don't
That's
touch
smart.
it. As long as you don't touch it, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I've got to drop off because I've got somewhere to be because it's my mum's birthday. But it was really lovely meeting you, Emmanuel and Bridget, and learning so much about the Congo. Which is very, very insightful. Hopefully,
Emma, where can they find you?
Again soon. Huh?
Where can they find you?
Oh,
On
yeah,
TikTok?
you can find me on TikTok. I am under the Crafty Little Witch. I regularly stream the UN meetings, both the General Assembly and Security Council. My next live stream is on the 19th, where we will be watching the ICJ verdict for Israel and who is it? It was South Africa versus Israel. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Lovely, but yeah.
I'm waiting for the day we take Rwanda to ICC as well.
Yeah, they're supposed to go to the ICC. I hope that goes through. I also hope we get more international support for that. I think if we can figure out what day that is, I would love if we could put some more international support on other countries to get more. I know that Ireland joined the case against Israel, so if we could get other countries to join the case against Rwanda, that would be wonderful. That would be very helpful.
This meeting format is much better than TikTok, whereby TikTok can put us off every now and then.
Yeah, this is a lot better. A lot easier to control.
Yeah, otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the support. Thank you for standing up. Thank you for raising. I don't know how to thank you enough. But I'm so grateful, and the people are happy. Once they are happy, it also takes my loneliness and misery away. Because I don't want them to go through what I've gone through. This is the worst experience ever.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, where can they find you on TikTok?
On Peace African Hope Organization.
Peace African Hope.
Yes. There's the link is in the bio, on the page there down. Yeah. Of the GoFundMe. So those ones who want to donate, they can donate. Those ones who can't manage, use your voices, stand with us. Yeah. Tomorrow we will be free. Thank you so much.
Donate or make a video.
Yeah, please. Yay. Awesome.
Any other final words?
It was lovely talking to you all.
Yeah, thank you everybody for inviting me, and thank you for sharing your story with us and all the hard work that you do, and the fact that you've suffered so much loss with your wife and children. My heart breaks. I'm so very sorry, but I'm glad that I have the opportunity to now understand what is happening and hopefully take up arms in this fight.
Everybody introduce yourselves.
And yeah.
Everybody, introduce your TikTok handles.
Oh, mine
Ryan.
is at Wheelie Bridge.
Sorry,
You're good.
Ryan A. Sandwich. I'm A. Sandwich on TikTok.
My TikTok is Ali_Dembski. It's just my name.
Oh, nice.
Easy.
All right. And then I am MYR0N_2.0. You can find me there.
Back and better than ever.
And
Yeah.
East African Hope Organization on TikTok. Thank you.
Oh, this has been fascinating, Emmanuel. We really love talking to you,
Can't wait till
and we
next
really love your
time.
insight.
Yeah, hopefully we can do this again soon.
Yes, I would love to do a
Yeah.
part 2 and then talk about more about the mining and talk more about the environmental stuff and talk about how our consumerism is really affecting the Congo
Yeah.
specifically and stuff, and how like
I could definitely put some stuff together for that.
Like
So
what
I
we could
actually do-
boycott and things would be great.
mhm.
Yeah, I have a lot of. I've been making a lot of the infographics, so I can make some more. For
Nice.
like Congo and whatnot. I also made some for. We had a readathon at one point in May. I would love to do that again now that more people are kind of joining on. We didn't have that many people in the readathon, but I think that would also be a really good thing to get more people to learn. Also, because like the book I read during the readathon is one of my favorite books now. I bought it because I was like, this is I read most books from the library. I love it so much. It was so good. So I hope other people find books like through
I also want to
stuff
get.
like that.
I also want to get Ryan's take because Ryan's just started like digging into the history of it, and
Yeah.
part 2
Wild.
we could do a Ryan history, like
Yeah.
as she
Covering my
learns.
solar panel.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Covering my solar. I know I have a bald head, so I'm covering it so that it shouldn't be the first thing they hit on when I enter the border.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I
They
guess
seem
we'll
like a fun
close.
bunch.
I guess we'll
All right.
close, and I'll just do the closing, and then we'll bullshit if we want for a little bit, or bull crap. Oh, this is
Yes.
this is
Thank you
YouTube,
all.
right? I like
Yeah.
So thank you, Emmanuel, and everybody on the panel for joining the Breaking Bread podcast. And we are going to do more because Congo has such a thick history, and we've only digged into the surface. Like we can go deeper and deeper into the history and then the boycotting and everything. So there's definitely going to be a part 2. And until then, free Congo.
Oh, I had to, Myron.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have to leave when it is still early. So I guess the rest we can catch up maybe via text on the Telegram group. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. Now I
Be
have
safe.
to run. I've seen they are coming.
I'm going to add Ryan to the Telegram group because I don't think Ryan's part of it.
Yeah,
part of the
we'll talk more on the
Telegram
Telegram
Okay.
group. Be safe, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you,
Next
man.
time.